This is an integrated digital essay about literacy and technology. During this digital essay, I will go over the following points. What is literacy? How have digital texts and tools changed how we teach? I will provide practical classroom applications for integrating technology tools. And to conclude this essay, I will reflect on my learnings from this class as well as predict what type of relationship literacy and technology will have in the future. Defining literacy today in our ever-changing world is not easy. It used to be that in order to be literate, people needed to be able to read and write. However, with the use of technology today, only being able to read and communicate with print-based literacies is no longer effective. Kids, school-aged, and even those not in school yet, as well as adults, need to be capable and competent users of both print and other forms of meaning enabled by these new technologies. According to Kalentis, Cope, and Clunan, students need to be multiliterate. They need to be, and I quote, developing proficiencies in a range of meaning-making modes: linguistic, visual, audio, gestural, spatial, and multimodal designs, with the multimodal being a combination of the other modes. Not only do students need to be able to read and make meaning of these modes, they also need to be able to write with them. Why is it important to teach these new digital literacies? John Dewey has a quote that I think is important for every teacher as we continue in this digital age and continue to strive for student proficiency. If we teach today's students as we taught yesterday's, we rob them of tomorrow. The quote from John Dewey leads us to the fact that we can't continue to teach the same way and expect kids to become proficient with different modes of literacy. As Baker, Pearson, and Rosendale express, if schools continue to limit the literacy curriculum to reading and writing traditional alphabetic printed texts, then our children will be well prepared for 1950, but ill prepared for 2050. To quote Hutchison and Caldwell, we have to prepare students to be effective navigators, collaborators, digital communicators, problem solvers, critical consumers, and more. There are several documents that can help guide us in our new endeavors with digital technologies. The International Society for Technology in Education, the ISTE, has created standards for teachers. You can read these standards by clicking on the red link. According to the ISTE, these standards guide teachers to develop lessons that inspire student learning and creativity, develop and design digital age learning experiences and assessments, and model digital age work and learning. And you can see here the document that has the Iowa standard, the ITSE standards on those, and what each one means. Another document that supports the integration of technology in the classroom is the Common Core State Standards. These standards encourage the use of technology to engage students and make it possible for students to decide how, when, and why to use technology for a purpose and not just for novelty. And here you can see this is taken out of Hutchison and Caldwell's book. And I like this because it mentions the standards, and then if you go back the other direction, it will actually put it in grade level. So this is a great resource for elementary students K through 6. I have included a short article to provide evidence that technology can purposely be used to incorporate the Common Core in the classrooms. Digital citizenship is also something new that needs to be added to our curriculum with the use of technology. It is imperative that we teach our children how to navigate and deal with the new technology issues that they will be presented with. We need to help students understand that not all people have the same electronic access that we may have. We need to teach them how to be aware of buying and selling things on the internet. We need to teach kids how to appropriately communicate on digital devices. Students must know and learn how to know about digital etiquette, rights and responsibilities, and that there are laws that deal with ethical and unethical technology use. As educators, we know we must incorporate technology in the classroom. Not only have most of the states adopted the Common Core standard, which mandates the use of technology, we also know that the use of technology can increase the motivation in students. However, teachers should not use technocentric approaches when doing this. Harris, Mishra, and Kohler define activities tetracentric when the activity begins with the technologies, affordances, and constraints and the skills needed to operate them, then later attempt to discern how they can be integrated successfully into content-based learning at different levels. All technologies decisions in the classroom must be driven by the learning objective. In order for a teacher to successfully and purposely integrate technology into the classroom, the TPACK framework has developed. In short, the TPACK framework included the content we are teaching, the tools we will use to teach it, and the technology that will enhance the information and putting it all together. Please refer to the short video for a better understanding of how teachers use the TPACK framework to incorporate technology into the classroom.
Here's TPACK in 2 minutes. For more information, visit tpack.org. So first we have to ask, what is it? Well, TPACK is a framework that combines 3 knowledge areas: our technological knowledge, content knowledge, and our pedagogical knowledge. And it looks at how they work together to increase student motivation and to make the content more accessible to students. We look at the content as the what. It's the subject matter we're teaching, like ecology, music, algebra, health, geometry, or art history, to name a few. Then we look at our pedagogical knowledge. It's the how. Every teacher has tools, so let's put them to use. Are we going to be using direct instruction? Will this be inquiry-based, group discussions? How are we going to make the content more accessible by the way we present it to our students? Then we look at selecting the appropriate technology because it's the partner. What tool will we select to make the content more accessible to the students while supporting the pedagogical strategy which we've identified will help to deliver this information to students? We must identify those support features to really help us use technology to reach our outcome. As we understand them individually, we can start to see overlaps. Our TP knowledge allows us to understand how we're making the content more accessible. Our TC knowledge allows us to identify the affordances of pairing the appropriate technology to the content. And our PC knowledge allows us to identify the affordances of pairing the appropriate pedagogical strategies with the content. TPACK comes from the overlapping in that center spot, or as we refer to it as the sweet spot, when all 3 knowledge areas work together. It's crucial to remember that surrounding this is the context. That's you and your students. This may look differently when you walk into classrooms because at the heart of TPACK is meeting students' needs.
The technology integration matrix is a continuum that defines and assesses how technology is used in the classroom. As you can see from the image, it progresses from only the teacher using technology in the classroom to the student picking the technology or technologies to show what they know. Because every teacher's TPACK is different, as well as the students they are teaching, technology integration will look different at every level and with every educator. To assist teaching and planning instruction with technology integration, Hutchinson and Woodward created the Technology Integration Planning Cycle for Literacy and Language Arts. As you can see from the image, the entire cycle begins with the instructional goal or learning objectives. It also provides an opportunity at any point to make an informed decision if the technology tool is purposeful or if it will distract from reaching the intended goal. If the latter becomes the case, then it is okay to leave the technology out of the lesson, as not every lesson lends itself to tech integration. In the next several slides, I will provide classroom applications in digital reading, images, audio tools, graphic organizers, writing, and multimodal presentations. Teachers can use digital tools to enhance their reading teaching in the classroom. Not only can students read digital books, but they also read websites when they are researching. Therefore, it is very important to model to students effective ways to search for information, as well as analyze the validity of the websites they are reading. www and search are 2 instructional strategies that can help guide students in choosing reliable resources. Digital annotating can capture a student's thinking while reading. One of the tools I used in my 2nd grade classroom is Kami. Please click on the link to see a screencast of how to use Kami and all of the opportunities it can create in the classroom. And because of time constraints, I'm going to go ahead and skip this. You will be able to click on this in the actual presentation link. Digital images can be very powerful in the classroom. Ideas that used to be very abstract can now be shown to students in a click of a button. For example, in social studies, students have to learn about different landforms that make up the United States. Being from Iowa, a plains state, some kids have never seen a mountain or a plateau. The internet can bring them to life for kids. Digital audio tools can benefit the teacher and the students. Teachers can create tutorials that students can use outside of the classroom. Audio tools also provide a platform for students to practice and assess their reading fluency. An example of this is the Thanksgiving Readers Theater presented by 4 of my second grade students. Not only did this activity help them practice their reading fluency, by recording it, I was able to send the finished product to their parents to listen to. And we'll just listen to a snippet right here.
'Twas the night before Thanksgiving
By
Austin, Jostin, Ben, Mara. 'Twas the night before Thanksgiving, and all through the nation, families got ready for the big celebration. At our house, my mom baked 3 kinds of pies, a canned pumpkin, and apple surprise. That night, we all nestled and snuggled in our beds, delicious of turkey legs danced in our heads. The very next morning, Thanksgiving Eve, we got up and watched the parade on TV.
Students can fill out digital graphic organizers to help them remember information about a topic. ReadWriteThink.org has many digital organizers that can be shared with teachers. They can also be used for pre-writing organizers. Digital writing provides students with an audience outside the classroom. It also provides many opportunities to collaborate with classmates and those people outside of the classroom. There are endless possibilities when it comes to using digital tools for writing in the classroom. Students can produce digital books. Students can blog about a story they are reading. Students can even create stories about their favorite characters and share them on fan fiction websites. And here's an example of a book about landforms that my second graders are making using a website called StoryJumper. Excuse me. So you can see they can bring pictures in and then write captions about them, and they can also use different drawings as well. And there they added a little bit of information about an ocean. Multimodal presentations slam these digital tools together. According to Hutchison and Caldwell, multimodal presentations give, and I quote, the students the power to represent their ideas and thinking using various modes of communication and opportunities for them to display both their knowledge and application of their knowledge. This is when transformation is happening in the classroom. The student takes charge of the content and the teacher acts more as the facilitator. Please click on the link of a second grader's how-to multimodal presentation. And this girl used Haiku Deck to make her presentation. As you can see from the previous examples, technology and literacy can work together to create powerful experiences for the students and opportunities for them to show off their higher order thinking skills. Finally, I would like you to click on the link to hear about what this class has taught me and also how I think technology will influence literacy in the future.